Nation building, ladies and gentlemen, and national integration were together a pressing concern for our country at independence and after, and they remain equally pressing even today as I speak to you. This is not necessarily because not enough has been done to achieve national integration, but because it is one thing to build a nation and attain nationhood, and quite another to defend and safeguard it. We may have done much to build a nation, but fell short of safeguarding that achievement at all times. This calls upon all of us to return to the drawing board and do more than we have done so far. We can ask the question, at what point can a country with diverse and disparate communities and social groups be said to have attained national integration and cohesion? I beg to propose the answer to this question and say that national integration and cohesion will be achieved when in the minds of our people, being Kenyan becomes the privileged form of identity, whereby other forms of identity that invariably exist in our diverse society, such as ethnicity, religion, clan, and region, enjoy their due recognition in complementarity with rather than in competition with the sacrosanct identity of being a Kenyan. In other words, everything else we are is subject to being a Kenyan first. I am a Mkamba, and I'm not ashamed of it. But I cannot then stand there and say, Mkamba first. I must first and foremost be a Kenyan leader. And then Jurinjeke, Muluya, Ingo, after that. Because this is important. Ladies and gentlemen, an individual can have multiple identities without contradiction, because each identity has its proper place in the social life of that individual. For example, ethnic and religious belonging do not necessarily represent two fixed and irreconcilable positions, as long as one gives to the ethnic group or religion what is due to it, and to the nation what is indeed due to it. Therefore, first and foremost, if we wake up and think Kenyan, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have made a major stride. Unfortunately, we all wake up every morning and think of our tribal entities first and Kenyans next. And I think this is really the purpose of this get-together. One nation, one people, one destiny. National integration and cohesion is achieved when individuals with diverse subnational identities in the society do not unduly allow such identities to define their social, their economic, and political relationships with others within the society. In other words, being of one or another ethnicity or religion should not be the basis for social relationships, like marriage, business, partnership, preference of candidates in an election, location of a home, etc. Individuals with diverse subnational identities can form wonderful business partners, yes, spouses. In order to kill tribalism in this country, we have to deliberately encourage intertribal marriages. This to me is very important. In this regard, national ideas suggest national integration can be measured according to the degree of what I call horizontal, cultural, ethnic, religious, and regional interpretation in forging social relationships. This is possible through the cultivation of mutual understanding rather than tolerance across the multiple forms of identity within the society. Mutual understanding, ladies and gentlemen, across social cleavages is possible through social integration. Interaction with persons with different social backgrounds helps to forge the realization that the apparent differences are more superficial than real, and that mutual assistance, mutual trust, and confidence can be forthcoming from outside of the small units of identity. Such interactions are possible in the workplaces, in our schools, in our colleges, in our neighborhoods, in our professional associations, universal religions, merry-go-rounds, name them. We should therefore find a way through which we can promote these interactions through civic education, as well as through public policy, such as a possible designation of all public high schools as national schools, with student intakes reflecting our national diversity. I've always been a believer that the quota system in our education system, ladies and gentlemen, was actually the beginning of trying to bring segmentation in our society. You know, Kenyans and teachers, this commission, I'll be very happy to hear that this commission will recommend, now wazee hawa, that from now on, teachers, because they are trained as Kenyan teachers, will be able to teach. A teacher in Lamu, born in Lamu, can teach in Moyale. A teacher in Moyale can teach anywhere in this country, in Bondo, in Vihiga. Because the problem we are having is teachers, after leaving colleges, they go out to the villages. Believe you me, some of them have been teaching there until they retire, and they do not know the rest of the country. And yet these can be real agents of change.